Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at the new Tribrigade archetype. I was planning on making this video yesterday, but unfortunately due to time restraints I couldn't. And we are going to be combining them with Ancient Warriors. In case you do not know what the Tribrigade is about, all of them have the effect that lets you link summon using materials from your graveyard. But the material has to specifically be Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast, and the Link monster summoning also has to be Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast too. But they do work very well with Ancient Warriors. They heavily increase the OTK potential that this deck has, and also helps them combo out even more, maybe put out even some more disruptions and bigger beaters. So we're up against Sacred Beasts. They're going to be going first. They're going to start off with an Allure. They'll draw 2 and banish the Raviel. And they hit a 7 Spirit Gates Unleashed, which lets them search a thing. They're going to be searching Dark Beckoning Beast, and they'll normal summon it and search the Chaos Summoning Beast. Now, Dark Beckoning Beast is instantly one of your Sacred Beasts, which is super great, especially if you have stuff like Fallen Paradise or Sacred Beast Awakening, mainly because Dark Beckoning Beast lets you search Dark Summoning Beast, and then you can use its extra normal summon effect to normal summon this Dark Summoning Beast, and it can tribute itself to summon something. So he's going to be summoning a copy of Raviel, and it also has a graveyard effect, which can let you banish it to search a Sacred Beast too. And he's pretty much just going to set Sacred Beast Awakening. I don't know why he didn't activate its Lair of Darkness earlier. He would have gone 2 Torment tokens. He tributed the Chaos Dark Beckoning Beast for his Dark Summoning Beast, and then he tributed Dark Summoning Beast too. So I guess it would have been better if he just activated that from the start, but I guess he kind of failed. So we've opened triple Sun Mao. It's probably one of the better Ancient Warrior cards going first. It's really good at starting your stuff up, but I mean, it's kind of meh. I mean, we've opened 3 of them, so you get what I mean. We have Ancient Warrior Saga Southeast Wind. I only run 1 of this, mainly because sometimes the effect does come in handy. He's just going to activate Raviel and his Sacred Beast Awakening. We're going to activate the Southeast Wind. I'm thinking of just taking this out. It's not that great. Just makes it so that all your Ancient Warrior monsters are now spell speed 4. And all of your Ancient Warriors, I believe, also gain the effect when their attacks destroy 1 card your opponent controls. It's great, it's decent, I guess, going second, but it does nothing going first. So we're just going to be using the effect of Sun Mao, popping the Southeast Wind to search Zukong. We're going to activate Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. This is a mandatory Chainlink 2, unfortunately. So now we're going to get to summon out the Zukong. And then the Sacred Beast Awakening will give him 1000, but since we activated the effect of an Ancient Warrior monster, we can activate Sun Mao and bounce his Raviel. Next, we have Tribrigade line. It's basically you can ditch 1 Beast Warrior or Wing Beast in order to search a Tribrigade monster. And since we have Keras in our hand, we will be searching Novel. And in case you don't know, all of them have other effects. This one discards another Beast Warrior, Wing Beast to summon himself, and Navel, when sent to the graveyard, you can search a Tribrigade monster. So we're going to be using Keras. We're going to discard the Navel, summon him, and then Navel lets you search 1. Now we will be using Keras to, now you're going to be seeing it, Miracle Link Summoning. We're going to go into a Shuanglong. The reason why we didn't hard summon the Shuanglong is because we want to keep our Sun Mao on the field for reasons you'll see in a second. Sun Mao will send the Tribrigade line to bounce that, and then oh yeah, sorry, I probably should have returned something else with the Shuanglong. I thought Masterful Sun Mao, when another Ancient Warrior effect activates, I already used that effect. I don't know what I was thinking. I already used that, so unfortunately it will not trigger. We will go into the Link 2 then. This Link 2 is actually pretty great in any situation, really. in any beast, winged beast or beast warrior base deck doesn't necessarily have to be Tribrigade, because it is a very generic monster in that sense. It summons one of the three types to your field, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you get draw one. It's basically a mulligan. So we're going to be summoning Fractar, and we're going to use Fractar to summon another Shuanglong. And in case you don't know, Shuanglong has the effect all of your Ancient Warriors gain 500 attack and defense, and this stacks. So all of my Ancient Warriors have 1000 extra attack each, so that's 3k, and by itself this is way more than lethal. And we'll go on to our next replay then. And right here we are up against Solid Rocks. Okay, unfortunately we're going first, I guess. I accidentally pressed first while when it asked me to do stuff. I want to go second. I mean, we have Dark Ruler. I'm happy I went first against Solid Rocks. So going first, this deck can put up a couple of disruptions, not too many though, unfortunately. We're going to activate the effect of Fractar in our hand, who will dump a Naval from our deck, and Naval will search one. In case you don't know what Fractar's effect is, you can send it from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard to send a level 3 or lower type thing to the graveyard. And if you send Naval, you can just search either a Fractar or a Keras. So we're going to start off by normal summoning Sunmao. I pitched the Dark Ruler no more because I think I might be able to use Tribrigade line. I don't know. And we're going to be special summoning the Zukong. We're going to be summoning the Zhangde. Now right here, if I really wanted to, I could just go into a Shuanglong and pass. I would have ended on 2 disruptions, I guess, which is super great. 1 Omni disruption and 1 Monster disruption. But no, I want to show off the Tribrigade stuff. So we're going to go into Feligit the Fruitless Flower. It's a link to that lets you summon from the hand. We're going to be summoning Fractar, and Fractar will be summoning the link for Shrike the Wicked Wings. I like that name. So what it does, if it's summoned or another beast or beast warrior is summoned, you can banish 1 card on your field. This is an excellent disruption effect, as it does let you just OTK even better. And we're going to go into link 3, Tribrigade Lugal the Silver Bullet. These 2 cards synergize really well with each other, because this one can summon out beast warriors or wing beasts from the hand or graveyard during your opponent's turn, and then you can just trigger Wicked Wings to banish something. And yes, we're just going to use this mulligan, Pancratops, and yes, we did only end on 1 disruption, but I just wanted to show off the Tribrigade stuff, you know. If you're actually trying to seriously play, don't do this bad move. Really, you could have done all of this next turn too with an extra normal summon, so you would have been able to, you would have had even more OTK potential, but I just like this, you know, I just like it. So, we're up against Solid Rocks. You know, one normal summon the Doki Doki, and he's pitching off the Guardian. Now, you have to think of it from the Solid Rock player's perspective. If he is pitching off a Guardian, one of the best cards in the Solid Rock deck, this means that he probably doesn't have any excavators in his hand, meaning I should get rid of he's probably going to be summoning an Analyzer. He's looking for those excavators, so I should probably change Silver Bullet and summon something from my graveyard, and as soon as the chain resolves, Wicked Wings will be online in order to instantly banish that Analyzer. And from here he has no other plays. I believe this much is over lethal. It should be over lethal, mainly because well, it just is, okay? We have way more. We have like 8,000 and something points of damage on the field. I believe that's 9,000 damage, I believe. But, you know, I play suboptimally. You should probably just do Sun Mao, Shuanglong Pass. That's probably the best play in this deck going first. So we'll go on to our last match then. And over here we are up against Fire King Nephthys. I think they use Fire Kings in Nephthys either way. I think this guy has the new stuff. I don't know. This guy must have the new stuff. But we are up against Nephthys. He's going to get rid of this Garunix in order to summon Sacred Phoenix. Normal summon Chronicle Pass. I mean, I think he like recovers that or something. I don't know how Nephthys works. So now we have the Pancratops in hand. I did do a bit of a misplay. I should have first summoned Guan Yun and then summoned my Pancratops. I just went straight for the Pancratops and then I realized I had the Guan Yun in my hand. So that was a bit of a misplay on my part. Just first take a couple of minutes to analyze your entire hand. I just shotgunned off the Pancratops. So we can use this now to pitch off the navel to search on Zukong. And then we can use a navel and the Zukong. He called by the Graveset, unfortunately, but we have the Zukong in our hand, so we can summon it. And now we're going to use the effect of Sunmouth. Since we activated the effect of Zukong, we can bounce something he controls. So we're going to bounce the Sacred Phoenix. And then we have the Keros in our hand, which can summon himself. And then we can go into a Shuang Long. And once again, it is an incredible, it's probably one of the best archetype specific link monsters. When it's link summoned, you can add any card from the what do you call it, archetype into your hand, and then you can send one card from your hand or field to graveyard to bounce something, which works super well in this deck anyways. So he will get the search for a Zhangde, and I'm going to use the effect of it to bounce back that Chronicler, because why not, you know. We're not really going to be using that Tribrigade line. We're going to use the effect of Keros to banish 2, and instead of going for the link 2, it can only summon level 4 or lower beasts from your hand. So instead, we are going to be going for a second Shuanglong so that we can trigger our Zhangde, summon it, and we have well over lethal, and he just quits. So those were a couple of replays. I did kind of play suboptimally, but this just shows how much the Tribrigade deck does increase the OTK potential of Ancient Warriors. And Ancient Warriors are already an OTK deck by themselves, going second. Just try to go second with this deck. So right here we have the deck, 2 copies of Zhangde and 2 copies of Guan Yun. Some builds bump this up to 3. I don't really like this at 3 because it can sometimes clog up your hand. But Zhangde is a really great card. Usually it's nice just to search it. There's no real point in actually hard drawing it. But it's a really, both of these are good cards to have. This is only really great going second, as when you summon it, your opponent can no longer target other Ancient Warriors. So pretty much your opponent can't imperm stuff or have any targeted piece of disruption. Something, I believe Trident is targeted, so this card can go around Trident. Yep, it targets. Yep, so it basically just kind of plays around Trident. Pancratops is a generic, really great going second card. Just the extra pop does help. We have 3 copies of Fractar, 2 copies of Keros, and 2 copies of Naval. These are all the Tribrigades we are playing. I only run 2 copies of Keros and 2 copies of Naval. Keros, its effect summoning condition is kind of it can sometimes kind of take lots of resources from your hand. The main reason why we play 3 Fractar is not only is it a beast warrior that you can just search off something like tanky, and it can be used as material for a Shuanglong. It can also just fill up your graveyard for other Tribrigade effects. So if you just discard it, then you dump a Naval with its effect, then Naval just summons another copy of it. Just like that, with 1 card you have an instant Tribrigade Frigid Fruitless Flower, which can just extend your plays so greatly. We have 3 copies of Sun Mao. Sun Mao is a very important card in terms of Ancient Warriors. It just helps you search. On top of that, it synergizes with the deck. It can send the stuff like 3 visits to the graveyard or Southeast Wind, which can trigger their effects. They're basically just extra effects that can help your deck even more. We have 1 copy of Zhao Gong. It's only 1 copy of it. It doesn't come up too often, as it can sometimes you can just take your so precious normal summon. Some people like to play more of this. I just personally like to play 1. Its other extra effect to negate the effect of a card of a monster is decent, I guess. But it's not really that useful unless you have stuff like Shuanglong. If you're able to summon during your opponent's turn, maybe if you Shuanglong a 3 visits, then it's really great. 3 copies of Liu Zhuan. If you're going second, this is the go-to card. You can summon Ancient Warriors straight from your deck, so you can search something like a Sun Mao, and then you can use its effect to get more searches. It's pretty crazy. I like to run this at 3, and I haven't really bumped into it in those replays, but it is a really good card nonetheless. 2 copies of Zukong. Usually you're just going to be searching it off a Sun Mao or a 3 visits. It's a free summon. On top of that, it is a Speller Trap negate. It's only really a monster negate if you control Liu Zhuan. It is a really great extender. On top of that, by the way, Sun Mao plus 3 visits is just summon 1 Ancient Warrior from your deck. And you can use 3 visits, search Zukong, and then you get to summon something like a Guan Yun, and then you can go into a Shuanglong Sun Mao pass. Because that's always great, isn't it? We have, I've already explained the Tribrigade stuff. They just let you get advantage off your graveyard, something that Ancient Warriors fail to do. They do kind of get a nice couple of cards in their graveyard, but not too many, and the Tribrigade deck can really help them, especially with their new Link monster that they would like to get on their field. That just gives them 2 Beast Warriors in their graveyard just off that, and then you can go into something like the Fruitless Flower to extend your plays even more, and even potentially get a crazy OTK. For the spells, we run 3 copies of Lightning Storm, 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. We run 3 of each of these because we just love to go first. I mean, not first, second. 3 copies of Tribrigade Airborne. What this card does is you can special summon. You can target 1 Beast Warrior, Wing Beast you control, and you special summon a monster with a different type out of those 3 types, but it has to have less attack. It can't attack, its effects are negated, and you're locked into Link monsters. Has all of these restrictions, but it is still insanely good. It just helping you get into that instant Shuanglong does help you a lot. On top of that, if you want, you can just summon something like a Naval and then instantly link it off. I've seen some people, they just run Airborne to get Naval on the field, link it off into a Link Rebo, and then you get the free search. I don't really know why they do that, but okay. We run 3 copies of 3 visits. 3 visits is probably the best Ancient Warrior Saga card. In case you don't know what the Ancient Warrior Sagas are, they're just continuous spells and traps. If you normal or special summon an Ancient Warrior, you basically just get to add an Ancient Warrior with a different name, which is super great. So it can pretty much search a Zukong 90% of the time, which is a free summon. It's just a super great card, and it has a really great graveyard effect. If it's sent to the graveyard from Spell Trap Zone, you summon an Ancient Warrior from your hand. So if you have something like a Sun Mao, you send it to the graveyard to search a card, and you can instantly just summon that card out with your 3 visits, which is super great. 3 copies of Tenki. Tenki can search every single monster, well, most monsters in this deck, because every single Ancient Warrior card is a Beast Warrior, so it works really great in that regard. 1 copy of Southeast Wind. Southeast Wind is very meh. I might as well take this out. It's not that great. You could probably maybe take Gong and this thing out for 2 pots of desires for the extra consistency. But this is really meh. It does come in handy sometimes, just protecting your cards from stuff like Ash Blossom, Impermanence, all of that stuff. So it does come in handy in that regard. 3 copies of Tribrigade line. It just lets you send a Beast Warrior Wing Beast to search a Tribrigade. Not only does this effect load up your graveyard for the effects of your Tribrigade monster, if you search something like a Fractar, you can discard it, discard Naval, get something like a Karos. Just loads your graveyard with even more Tribrigades and can help you exceed. Just go into lots more link plays into stuff like Shuanglong. Just helps a lot, this card. For extra deck, we run a couple of Xyz monsters. We have one Utopia Lightning, Utopia Prime, and Utopia, just a regular Lightning package. Of course, Lightning can pretty much get over 99% of boss monsters. If you really want, instead of this, you can maybe run the Utopia double package. You can maybe take out this Southeast Wind for a double or nothing, and go ahead from that regard. It does work really well with this deck. 1 copy of Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This also can pretty much get over any card that can be targeted. Yep, pretty much gets over anything. On top of that, it's a free 2.5k damage. 1 Bagooska and 1 Exiton Knight. Bagooska is a very great floodgate in this deck, mainly because it does kind of revolve around your link monsters. Getting stuff like Shuanglong is super useful, and Bagooska is pretty much great in any form of link deck. 1 copy of Exiton Knight. Just the free blow up is incredible, especially going second. If you have something like a Dark Ruler no more, I feel sorry for your opponent. Dark Ruler plus Exiton Knight is pretty much a free field blow up. Next, we run 1 copy of Shrike, 1 copy of Silver Bullet, and 2 copies of Fruitless Flower. Some people like to just bump this up a lot more. I like to just run each of them at 1, 1, and 2. What Wicked Wings can do is a free banish on the field. The main problem with running it is that it's a link 4. It does require you to have lots of resources in your graveyard, but that isn't really a problem with Tribrigades now, is it? 1 copy of Silver Bullet synergizes super well with your Wicked Wings. These two together, not only does it help you ODK a lot more, it also just is a free banish, which is super great. And 2 Fruitless Flower. This is a free extender and helps you just get more monsters on the field, just maybe to get even more link plays, maybe by summoning another Tribrigade, which is super duper useful. 2 copies of Firefighting Darumidal. Darumidal is it's kind of a staple in any Beast Warrior deck, just because it can pretty much destroy a spell or trap for free, and it also has its second effect nobody really uses, but it does kind of synergize with this deck, mainly because if it destroys monster by battle, you can summon add a banished winged beast warrior wing beast to your hand, so you can maybe recur resources that you use to banish with your Tribrigades. And finally, we run 3 copies of Shuanglong. Shuanglong is just Shuanglong. When it's link summoned, you can search something. All ancient warriors gain 500 attack and defense, which just adds up to the OTK potential of this deck. And it is basically kind of a Trident, except it returns stuff to the hand. And its effect to send 1 card from your field to graveyard does work. It can also send Naval to your graveyard, which can act as an extra search. It can send, say, 3 visits to graveyard, which gives you an extra summon from your hand. It just has so many applications in this deck. On top of that, as you saw in the last couple of replays, we just summoned 2 of them and gave everything a 1000 attack point boost. So 3000 points of damage for free is not just a small deal. And that was the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Do like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.